Hey, what is going on, Madden family? Let's talk about Zero Chill, which we assume is coming next week. Hopefully Monday. We're kind of running out of time, and it's a half a preparation discussion, half a what do we want. Let's start with the preparation part. Okay, let's start about it. Last year. The big thing we had was the snow currency. First time alternate currency was introduced, right? Huge change how MUT has been done. And as part of that, in the learning process of things, we had the gifts, and gifts were really good. Easiest way to make coins maybe ever in MUT history. You really didn't have to do much. You just had to buy snow and open gift packs and just make coins and just make coins and just make coins and just make coins. So the big question that we all see obviously is, do I need training? Because, will training be able to turn into stuff? And we don't know. Before harvest, we probably would have leaned towards yes. But with harvest, we could still use some training for stuff, which was helpful, right? Like we see all this harvest stuff. But for Blitz, we weren't able to do basically anything, right? And there wasn't an alternate currency for harvest, right? But there was an alternate currency for Blitz. So there was no way to turn your training into currency for Blitz. And we know we're going to get a currency, right? We just know, we know it. So should you have training? Me personally, I am going to prepare with training, for two reasons. One, just to be safe, right? But the reason I'm okay with it is I know I'm going to need a lot of training regardless, for powering up NFL 100 players, powering up masters and all that. So it's like for me, it's a safer road to go down because I'm going to use it regardless. So I'm not investing necessarily. I'm just making sure I have that capital to spend, and we can decide what we spend it on at that point. So that's the way I'm leaning for me personally. Again, obviously things I can, afford to lose if this is wrong. But if you're not sure what you want to do, it's kind of up to you, but that's my thought, because powering up an NFL 100 player gets expensive for training. Very expensive. I think I ended up spending like 40,000 training, this past week doing power-ups. So I'm just saying, I'm going to use it regardless. That's why. Now, for the structure of what we're probably expecting, very similar to last year. That's my expectation. Master sets, out of position cards, ghosts, gifts. Okay, very similar. So the master, we have to sort of assume is going to be Sean Taylor. We saw that he's in mobile. It's likely that he's part of the promo. I don't think he's part of the out of position part. I don't think he's a ghost. Makes sense just as a set master. Last year we had with Chad Johnson and Dick Buckus. It makes sense. Now, so that's just the master portion of it. We can move that aside. Out of position last year was done pretty poorly. Despite how good we all loved Zero Chill and how awesome it was, out of position was done pretty bad. It was done pretty bad. We can all agree to that. And I hope this year's is going to be better. And I think it's going to be better for sure, because we do already have free safety Calvin Johnson in the game, and he's already a highly rated card. He makes a lot of sense to be a master for out of position part. He just does. But with him being a free safety and Sean Taylor also being a free safety, you could throw a little wrench into that, right? Two masters at the same position or something. I don't know. Maybe expect maybe one of them to be limited or something along those lines, something a little different. Could be, but that's the only wrench it throws. Because Calvin is obviously, he's the out of position. He's the guy we always look to, right? Expect other good out of position cards. Minorly usable cards, not overly usable cards. The only time that I really recall that we got a ton of usable cards was when Bo Jackson got a card at every position. Don't expect anything like that. I would like to see a little more emphasis put on out of position. It's a very fun way to play the game. Very different usable cards that we can get. And last year it just lacked. Completely lacked. Let's bring it back. Let's have some fun with it. Please EA. Please EA. Please. Please, please, please. Thanks. Cool. Ghosts. Okay. So we're going to get Ghosts of Future, Ghosts of Now, Ghosts of Past. Just the way it's the structure EA goes with. And I want to talk about, I was not like a set number of cards, but just some guesses for the Ghosts, right? So I've already sort of said that I want Patrick Mahomes to be the series master. If he's not the series master, I just say he's not. He would probably fall in line for a ghost card, so I don't really want to talk about that. But Ghosts of Future, you're really talking about rookies generally. Daniel Jones is a big one that comes to mind. Really, really big one. And then some of the, I would say Kyler Murray would be a great choice. He would be a phenomenal choice. But I don't want to say like two quarterbacks. It feels kind of rough to say that. So for me, I'm thinking like Devin Bush, Ghosts of Future, right? Hollywood just got a card. Josh Jacobs, Ghost of the Future, right? So a couple of those cards right there, pretty basic and simple. Not always having to be rookies, just guys on the come up, really, right? But not guys like Saquon, who's very young, but he's kind of the now anyway, right? So when we talk about Ghosts of Now, you got to think of very standard, these guys that just perform all the time. Guys like Saquon, guys like Julio Jones, right? They make a lot of sense. A Von Miller makes a lot of sense. It's been a long time since we got a Von Miller. So cards like that. And then our Ghosts of the Past is, I see this very much as a legends who didn't make the NFL 100. And Steve Young would make a lot of sense. We had the discussion on stream last night about will he make it? If they choose 10 quarterbacks, is Steve Young one of the top 10 quarterbacks of all time? I think he's right around that number. And if he doesn't get an NFL 100 card, it would make sense for him to get a ghost card. But I think the ghost cards are going to come out before the NFL 100 quarterback, so we should have a good idea. So it would be one of those things where, like, if Steve Young doesn't get a ghost card, I would assume that he's probably going to be in the NFL 100. But if he does get a ghost card, he's obviously he's not going to get an NFL 100 card, right? So we're talking about legends there, and it's tricky because all these NFL 100 cards have come out, right? Lots of them. And we're just going to go to power-ups and just sort of glance over some of these. So we've gotten so many cards, right? I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some of the Theme Diamond cards, they see upgrades during the promo as well. But for like a ghost card, Julius Peppers makes a lot of sense to me. All right, he does. We got to imagine like Randy's gonna get his NFL 100 card. Maybe Donald gets an upgrade. Kittle would be a great upgrade for Ghost. But there's also card Dawkins obviously didn't make the list. Gale Sayers didn't get a card. Shannon Sharp probably goes in the tight end slots. Will he get a card? I don't know. That gets tricky. John Randall would make a good Ghost. Todd Gurley would make a good Ghost. Right. Mel Blount and a Strahan. So it's a good chance where these legends that just miss cards because NFL 100, they get boosted up. But I want to see a lot of current players get these very high usable cards. Maybe even the same overalls as these NFL 100s, because while it's Madden Ultimate Team, you want to build the best team. A lot of times that doesn't involve you using current players until much later in the year when the overalls just stop at 99, so everything has to catch up. I would like to see some 94 overalls, maybe some 95 overall current players. Nothing crazy, but enough. We skipped over Bo Jackson and Patrick Willis. How did we do that? I don't know. But I just see this as the next big upgrades. Anyone who doesn't get upgraded during Zero Chill is obviously more likely headed towards playoffs or Super Bowl, so you can keep in mind for those guys. And then obviously Ultimate Legends will come with a big first drop as well. So, I mean, this Patrick Willis, if he gets a 3 boost, he's going to be 92 speed. He's just pretty good. I kind of want it. Patrick Willis, Ghost Master, right? Oof. Good card. God, that would be a good card. Wouldn't it? Yes. The answer is just yes. P. Willie was one of the best linebackers in the game earlier on, by far. Still compares very heavily to a lot of these cards. So there's so much going on there. And then we get to gifts. Okay. Gifts look like they were in mobile again. I got to assume we get them again. I also have to assume they're not going to be nearly as good this year. We assume they'll be in reroll sets using snow or whatever the currency is. The payout last year on them was so high. I just feel like that was kind of a mistake. With the new currency, EA was adjusting to the market. Just is the way it is. But gifts are always exciting. Gifts are fun. Speculation around them. As long as they're in the game, as long as they're really, really good gifts, and they can still be rare, that's fine. It's fun. The community gets to come together for those. I love it, the way that everything works. So that's what I really want. I don't think there's no big surprises, right? Maybe surprising names that are picked. Expect limiteds, expect gifts, expect ghosts. Very run-of-the-mill content-wise, but they don't have to go crazy for Zero Chill. They have the blueprint. They have the format of what we like. They know what we like. Just give it to us. We'll all be really happy. So cliff notes. I'm going to get trading because I'm going to use it regardless. Gifts, I don't expect to be as good. Expect upgrades to a lot of these MUT 10 legends. Expect upgrade to Sean Taylor or new Sean Taylor. And I'm expecting and really, really hoping that current players are going to be usable. That's what I want in a capsule, in a bubble. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. I appreciate it. I'm excited. I believe it starts next week. We still don't really know the day. They haven't really said. We could speculate. Hopefully it's Monday. Fingers crossed. Who knows? But I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.